Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's Mup here, and in today's Sailor Pete's video, I'm going to be making a tier list for you guys. Now, whenever I say a tier list, I know a lot of you guys need to know, like, what item is specifically used for what items are the best and what items are the worst. Because I swear a lot of you are like, why do I get Gilgamesh or why do I get Kokushibo or whatever it may be? So whenever I'm ranking these tier lists, I'm going to be going over what the item is used for and where it's ranked. And I'm also ranking it on how hard it is to get. Also, thank you guys so much for the support on the last couple of videos. We're doing a 3 Game Pass giveaway, which is all 2 times luck. It's actually 4, but the 4th one is about to end today. So if you see this video, make sure to join quickly because that one's about to be done. The other 3 are giving away very, very soon. Also in the server, we have a bunch of tips and tricks all throughout the game. So if you need any help, we have an amazing community that always helps each other out. Okay, starting off with the tier list, we're going F, D, C, B, A, S, and SS. Now here are all the swords in the game. We're going to be starting off with a katana. Now whenever you spawn in the game, this weapon is really good from getting you all the way to Shibuya Station. So honestly, I'm going to put it at C tier. It's very cheap, very usable, and honestly, you use it quite a bit. Dark Blade, I'm not gonna lie, like I would rank Dark Blade, but I can't for you guys because I don't even own the sword. I didn't even know this was in the game. Now Griffin, okay, a lot of you might get upset about this, but let me tell you why, okay? Griffin is going in S tier. Now, the reason we're putting Griffin in S tier is because once you get to Shibuya Station and you obtain this sword, which you don't need a level requirement for, you can just open a couple chests and buy the sword. You can literally use it to the very end of the game to get any weapon you want, any melee you want. You can use this weapon to the very end of the game, get any melee you want, any sword you want. Like it's very, very versatile. The AoE is huge on the sword. The obtainment is easy. Like, bro, this sword, without this sword, I don't think I would have gotten to where I am as fast as possible. This sword, if you guys don't have it, get it. Now, mind you, if you have a better sword than that, like, you don't need it. But like, if you're starting off the game, aim for this sword first. That's the first sword you should be looking at is the Griffin. Now, Excalibur. Excalibur is dropped from the Saber boss. Now, not Corrupted Saber, just the first one, or it's called Knight. Now, Knight's going in like a C tier. I'm not gonna lie, like it's just not usable. Like, there's no point in using it. Now, we could rank it higher, but like genuinely, it has no versatility. And on top of that, Katana is used for more parts of the game compared to Excalibur. And Griffin's just overall better than Excalibur, and you're going to be using it. Now, Yamato. Yamato's obtainment is a little difficult. I'm not going to lie. But it's still an amazing sword. Like, overall, the strength is there, damage is there, the AFK ability is there, but the obtainment is a little annoying. But I'm still going to put that above Griffin. We're going to have to put it in S tier. Now, you're not going to really be using Yamato for like any stage of the game. It's pretty much the same versatility as Griffin. You're not going to be using it for boss rush. You're not going to be using it for tower. You're not going to be using it. You can use it for dungeons. That's fine. But boss rush and tower, like you can at the beginning, but like not higher floors or not extreme mode or hard mode or medium mode. So we're going to leave it at S tier because like all around the game, outside of those dungeons, this is amazing. And whenever it comes to True Aizen, True Aizen is the second best sword in the game. Now, this sword has a bunch of versatility. You can use this in boss rush. You can use this in tower. You can use this early game, mid game, late game. You can use this to AFK artifacts. You can use this to whatever you want. Like literally, this sword, it's amazing. And this is one of the 3 swords that you can use around any part of the game, and it's up to you to choose which of the 3 you want. Whenever it comes to Shadow Monarch, bro, I'm not gonna lie, these swords are butt, bro. These swords are terrible. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I've never seen anybody run a Shadow Monarch. Like, I got it, mind you, it looks sick. Like honestly, bro, the look can use a revamp. The abilities can use a little bit of a revamp. But like the game is brand new, bro. So I can't be asking for a revamp yet. But like, bro, Shadow Monarch, bro, like, man, we're gonna put that at B tier. Like, it's a mythic sword, but like it's mid game, bro. You're not gonna be using it end game. You're not gonna be using it like late game. You're just not going to be using it all that often. Now, the obtainment for Shadow Monarch is also a little annoying too, because you have to go to like the higher floors in the dungeon and then kill like Sung Jin Woo's like disciples or whatever, bro. It's just cooked. Now, when it comes to Shadow is also on B tier. Now, you're not really going to be using Shadow. Shadow is more for the obtainment of getting Atomic. Other than that, though, like, I mean, you can use Shadow. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's like the same thing as Shadow Monarch. You're not going to be really using it. And on top of that, I don't think that AoE is like that amazing. You can't really stand still and hit a big area. So it's really not worth it. You also have to go through the dungeon to get this. So the obtainment is a little harder. Now, Rimuru, a lot of you may think I'm going to put this in S tier, but the A tier because of the obtainment. The obtainment is a little like time consuming. The AFK ability is decently good. The damage is there. The thing is, right, the cooldowns, the F ability, the V ability, like, bro, it's just really not it. The thing is, whenever it comes to Rimuru, like, there's just better options to choose. It just takes a little bit too much time. And it feels like whenever you're going for Rimuru, you're kind of just going out your way for the wrong sword. Now, Jinwoo, bro, yo, this is butt, bro. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm putting this below Katana, bro. All right, realistically, I can't put it below Katana, but like, bro, like this sword is dead ass booty, bro. So we're gonna put it right above Katana, bro. Like this sword is butt, bro. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. If you're running Jinwoo, bro, go get Griffin immediately, bro. Now, Ichigo, bro. Ichigo, the Aura Farmer sword, bro. I'm not gonna lie, this sword is like really nice. It's easy to obtain, like it's not hard to obtain whatsoever. Because you gotta like you'll have enough to get it like through ascensions anyways. This sword it's got a great AoE. Like I'm not gonna lie, I feel like it's really unknown. The damage is like, of course, it's not insane, but like it's a little unknown. Now it's more usable than Shadow Monarch, but like at the same time, you're not really going to be using it that much. I'm going to put a B tier because it's like a mid game sword. I'm going to put it in front of Shadow though, because Shadow's just an obtainment sword to be able to get Atomic. Escanor. Escanor is going in A tier behind Rimuru. Escanor is a pretty good sword. Now, I wouldn't say insane. AoE is not that good. The V move is pretty good. Like, it's not insane. Like, the damage is there. The attack, the AoE is there. Like, overall, the cooldowns are low, but like, it's not beating Rimuru, bro. I'm not gonna lie. For the versatility of Rimuru, you're not beating that. Now, whenever it comes to Aizen, Aizen is S tier, and that's gonna be above Griffin. Aizen is an amazing sword, bro. I'm not gonna lie. It's literally miniature Aizen. Now, whenever it comes to this sword, bro, you can use it in pretty much any stage of the game. Just like Yamato, you're not gonna be using it in dungeons, and you're not gonna be using it in boss rush or tower, but you will be using it in like all of the other stages of the game. You can go AFK with it, you can use it, it'll do decent damage, and you need it to be able to get true Aizen. So overall, this is an amazing sword, and you cannot go wrong with it. And whenever it comes to Ragna, I would rank this, but sadly I cannot because a lot of you can't get the sword because it is limited. So we're gonna leave it at that. Atomic. Now, Atomic is the best sword in the game currently. So we're gonna put it above True Aizen. Atomic has amazing ability damage, M1 damage. Now, the M1 damage isn't as much as True Aizen, but it's still there. The cooldowns are low, and overall, like the abilities and like overall the ability damage is really, really high on Atomic, so you really can't beat it. But that being said, like you can use it in any stage of the game, but like whenever it comes to Abyssal Empress as well, the DPS is also high. Damage per second is the highest. The damage is there. The cooldowns are very, very low. Now, the obtainment for Atomic is a lot easier than Abyssal Empress. Abyssal Empress is still kind of hard to obtain because you got to do it in tower. But whenever it comes to these three swords, Atomic's the easiest to obtain, but like all of them are good in their own ways. So really, you can choose whatever you want for whatever stage of the game. Mind you, Abyssal Empress is the third best. I use Abyssal Empress. Most people don't, but I do. So you cannot go wrong with this sword. Overall, all of them are a good sword. Overall, all of these are good swords. You really just got to figure out which stage of the game you're in. Other than like Jinwoo, bro, don't get that, bro. That sword is butt, bro. Now on the melee tier list, we're going to go combat at F. Now, realistically, like I would put combat higher, but like you get combat no matter what, bro. So it's like you need it, I guess. Like I don't know, bro. We're just put that F, bro. Whenever it comes to UG, we're gonna put that at C tier. And UG, like, bro, it's better than combat. Like, it's a good melee. It gives you abilities, but it's nothing more than that. You're not going to be like focusing on this. You're going to be using it for maybe like a couple hours, and that's about it. Now, Sukuna is going to be a B tier. Sukuna is pretty strong. It's one of the first mythics you might get. On top of that, you need it for obtaining strongest in history. Now, the obtainment isn't too hard. It does good damage, but like I said, you're going to be using it for mid game and maybe a little bit of end game, depending on if you're obtaining a new melee or not. That being said, though, you won't be using Sukuna for long because the next one is Strongest in History. Now, Strongest in History is definitely going in A tier. Strongest in History is definitely very usable all around the game. You can use it in boss rush. You can use it in tower if you want. Like, it's not insanely bad. The M1 damage is okay. Like, overall, it's a pretty okay melee. Like, you can't go wrong with it. Now, the reason I put in A tier instead of S is because the obtainment for it is a little annoying. A lot of people just don't want to get Strongest in History because of the attainment. It's not too hard. It's just like time consuming. Saber Ultra, that's going in S tier. It's one of the top 5 melees in the game, or top 6. Honestly, you cannot go wrong with Saber Ultra. The damage output is there. Whenever it comes to versatility, the versatility isn't too much. Like, yeah, you can AFK with it, but like, is it ideal? No, you'll just be using a sword. You can use it in boss rush. You can use it in tower. You can use it in any stage of the game. The obtainment is a lot easier than a lot of other things in the game. Quincy, I actually don't know what Quincy is. Maybe I'm slow, like maybe I'm missing something. I don't know what Quincy is. Maybe that's a limited. I'm not sure. Now Gojo, Gojo's going with Sukuna. Sukuna and Gojo are both in B because Gojo is also a melee that you need to obtain Strongest of Today. Now, mainly with Sukuna and Gojo, you're going to be focusing on getting Strongest in History and Strongest of Today. That's their uses. You're going to be focusing on upgrading both of those into those. Like the usability, like, I mean, it's just not really there. It's a mid game. Like, it's not terrible. You can use it and like, there's nothing wrong with it. Gilgamesh, this is the first SS that's going in. Now, Gilgamesh is the most versatile melee in the game. You can use it outside for AFK. You can use it in boss rush. You can use it in tower. You can use it in dungeons. You can use it anywhere in the game because of the V move. The V move for Gilgamesh is insanely powerful. And whenever I say insanely powerful, I don't mean damage wise. I mean AFK ability wise. The attack area is insanely large, the AoE. So you really can't complain about this melee at all if you have it. Now, Blessed Maiden. Blessed Maiden is going in S tier. The damage output on Blessed Maiden is very high, and actually, I'm going to be putting this above Saber Ultra. Now, Anos. Anos is a tier ability. Most people forget about Anos, or most people don't even know Anos is in the game. Now, Anos is used for going for leaderboards, so, like, other than that, it doesn't really have much use. The damage is there. It's just like, bro, you can't really use it for anything. The AFK ability is pretty terrible. If anything, I should be putting it low B. Alucard, bro. This is doo-doo boo-doo water, bro. I'm not gonna lie. If you're going for Alucard, bro, you're geeked. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, do not go for Alucard, bro. I don't care how much you love the anime. Yo, I love Jinwoo, bro. That sword was butt, bro. I did not get it. Madoka, that's a limited, so you can't get limiteds anymore. So I mean, like, you can trade for them, but like, other than that, I don't think you can actually like equip Madoka. Maybe you can, but I'm not sure. Trading for it is a bit of a hassle, so I'm not really going to rank it. Strongest of Today. Strongest of Today is S tier. Now, the reason it's S tier, you need it for dungeons, you need it for boss rush, you need it for tower. And whenever I say that, you can go AFK with it. You have some great AFK spots with it. You can go do really high damage with the M1. Yeah, the abilities have really high damage. You really just can't go wrong with its melee. Overall, it's amazing. Strongest Shinobi. Strongest Shinobi is above Gilgamesh. Now, Gilgamesh and Strongest Shinobi, okay? The difference and why it's above Gilgamesh. Now, Strongest Shinobi has the same cooldown almost as Gilgamesh. So the AFK ability is even better than Gilgamesh. Now, I almost put Gilgamesh above Strongest Shinobi, and the reason why is because Strongest Shinobi's obtainment is pretty hard. It's probably the hardest obtainment out of all of the melees in the game. It's really annoying to get, but the damage is always there, and the AoE is absolutely huge. So going AFK with Strongest Shinobi compared to Gilgamesh is you have a lot more versatility with Strongest Shinobi because you can get to those higher floors, you can play those harder boss rushes, you can go in those harder dungeons, whatever it may be. Strongest Shinobi will help you out there. Next and last up is Moonslayer. Now, Moonslayer is number 1, and let me tell you guys why. Moonslayer is the easiest to obtain out of all of the melees on the list. It is the strongest melee out of all of the melees on the list. It is the best weapon in the game, basically. I know it's a melee, but like weapon in the game, like it's the strongest thing you can use in the game. The damage output is really, really high. The abilities are very cool. The abilities are very low cooldown. Like overall, Moonslayer is the best in the game, and there's no denying it, and there is no argument against it. Anyways, guys, that's the end of the tier list. I love you guys, and hopefully if it was helpful, make sure to like and subscribe, comment down below, and make sure to join the Discord to enter these giveaways because they are happening almost every single day. Now, I'll see you guys next video.